In this video, I'm going to show you the best laptops for music production you can get at every price range. No matter your budget, I will help you find the best pick for your needs. Let's go! First, we are going to take a look at the best options in the under $800 range. First, we have the Acer Aspire 5F500-1557-56UV. This machine surprised me with its Intel Core i5 processor, which is more than capable of handling beginner to intermediate projects in my digital audio workstation without stuttering. While it gets the job done with 8GB of RAM and a fast 512 GB solid-state drive, the plastic build feels a bit basic, and the single USB-C port is not Thunderbolt, which limits your options for high-end audio interfaces down the line. Overall, it's a fantastic starting point if you are on a tight budget, offering reliable performance for the price, but you will likely outgrow its connectivity and build quality pretty quickly. Next, we have the Asus VivoBook 16 Emira M 1605. What I immediately noticed with this one is the large 16-inch screen, which gives you so much more room for your tracks and plugins compared to the smaller screens on the Acer models. The AMD Ryzen processor inside is a real workhorse, especially with multi-core tasks, so you can stack more effects and virtual instruments before it starts to sweat. The port selection is decent with multiple standard USB ports, but again, there is no Thunderbolt, and I found the fan can get noticeably loud under heavy load, which is not ideal when you are trying to record audio in the same room. Finally, we have the Acer SwiftGo 14 2024. This laptop feels like it is in a different league with its lightweight metal body and absolutely stunning OLED screen, even though that is more of a bonus for us music producers. The brand new Intel Core Ultra processor is incredibly zippy for compiling tracks and running complex plugins, and the inclusion of 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports is a massive win for connecting professional grade gear with very low latency. However, it often pushes the upper limit of this price bracket, and the 14-inch screen can feel a bit cramped for sprawling projects compared to the big VivoBook. Next, we are going to take a look at the best options in the $800 to $1,500 range. First, we have the Apple MacBook Air M3. The M3 chip is incredibly efficient and powerful enough for most home studio producers, and the fanless design means it's completely silent, which is a dream for recording vocals or acoustic instruments right next to it. I found the base 8GB of unified memory can get eaten up quickly by sample-heavy plugins, and with only 2 Thunderbolt ports, you'll absolutely need a dock to connect your interface, drives, and MIDI controller. While it's the most portable and quietest of the bunch, that silence and sleek design comes at the cost of the larger screen real estate and built-in connectivity you get with the Dell or HP. Next, we have the Dell Inspiron 16 Plus 7630. This machine is a workhorse, packing a high-performance Intel Core i7 processor and typically 16GB of RAM right out of the box, which let me load up projects with tons of tracks and effects without any stuttering. The huge 16-inch high-resolution screen is a game changer for arranging in a digital audio workstation, giving you so much more timeline to look at compared to the Air, and the generous port selection, including USB-A and HDMI, means no dongles are needed for most of my gear. The only real catch is that when you really push the processor with a demanding project, the fans will definitely make their presence known, and its bigger size makes it less portable than the MacBook. Finally, we have the HP NV16. The NV16 is a serious powerhouse that competes directly with the Dell, offering similar Intel Core i7 performance that breezes through exporting large audio files and running demanding virtual instruments. What really makes it stand out is the option for a stunning OLED screen, which makes staring at my plugin interfaces and mixer a lot more pleasant. And the speaker quality is surprisingly full for getting ideas down without headphones. Much like the Dell, it gives you a fantastic set of ports so you can plug in your audio interface and keyboard directly, but it also shares the same trait of having audible fan noise under heavy central processing unit load, a clear trade-off against the silent but less equipped MacBook Air. Next, we're going to take a look at the best options in the $1,500 to $2,500 range. First, we have the Apple MacBook Pro 14-inch M3 Pro. For music production, the sheer efficiency of the M3 Pro chip is a game changer, letting me load up my projects with tons of processor-hungry plugins without the fans ever making a sound. The laptop's built-in speakers are shockingly good, and the headphone jack can drive high-impedance headphones really well, but you are completely locked in with the memory and storage you choose at checkout, as absolutely nothing is upgradable later on. Compared to the Windows machines, the core audio system provides insanely low latency right out of the box, and the generous selection of ports, including 3 Thunderbolt 4S and an HDMI, means I can finally leave my adapter bag at home. Next, we have the Dell XPS 15530. This machine is a true Windows powerhouse with its Intel Core i7 processor and that stunning 4K OLED display, which makes staring at complex arrangements in my digital audio workstation a lot easier on the eyes. The biggest win for the XPS over the MacBook is that I can actually open it up and upgrade the RAM and storage myself, giving it a much longer potential lifespan, though I did find it runs hotter and its fans get noticeably louder than the MacBooks during intense sessions. While its performance is solid, the extremely limited port selection is a real downside for any producer, forcing you to rely on a dongle for almost everything, which is a big hassle compared to the well-equipped MacBook Pro. Finally, we have the Microsoft Surface Laptop Studio 2. This is the wild card of the group because of its unique hinge screen, which I found surprisingly cool for pulling the screen forward to interact with plug-in knobs or using a stylus to draw in precise automation curves. It packs a powerful Intel H series chip and NVIDIA graphics that feel just as responsive as the Dell for running virtual instruments, however. It can struggle to stay cool under a heavy sustained workload, which caused some performance dips in my biggest projects. While the touch and pen features offer a creative workflow you simply can't get on the other two laptops, it makes compromises with thermal performance and a port selection that, while better than the XPS, still doesn't quite match the convenience of the MacBook Pro for studio use. Next, we are going to take a look at the best options in the $2,500 to $3,500 range. First, we have the Apple MacBook Pro 14 with the M4 Pro chip. In my experience, the new Apple Silicon is an absolute beast for music production, letting me run massive sessions in Logic Pro with tons of plugins and virtual instruments without ever hearing the fans spin up. The workflow integration with Core Audio is just seamless, providing incredibly low latency right out of the box, and the Liquid Retina XDR screen makes staring at complex plugin interfaces for hours a lot easier on the eyes. The only real downside is the price of upgrades, as you are paying a huge premium for extra unified memory or storage, and you are completely stuck with what you choose on day one. Next, we have the Dell XPS 17930. The first thing you notice is that huge 17-inch display, which is an absolute game changer for timeline-based work in a program like Ableton Live, giving you so much more screen real estate than the MacBook. Inside, you can get a seriously powerful Intel Core i9 processor that gives the MacBook a run for its money on raw, multi-threaded performance, plus I love that you can upgrade the memory and storage yourself down the line. That being said, I found it runs noticeably hotter, and the fans get louder under heavy load compared to the MacBook, and you might have to spend some time tweaking Windows audio drivers and buffer sizes to get latency as low and stable. Finally, we have the HP ZBook Studio G11. This machine is built like a tank and feels like a true professional workstation, featuring a top-tier cooling system that is specifically designed to prevent performance throttling, which is crucial when you are exporting a long, complex track. It packs power that's on par with the Dell, but in my testing, the system felt a bit more stable for audio tasks out of the box, with less messing around to get a clean signal. The biggest challenge with the ZBook is that it is often the most expensive of the three, and you are paying for professional-grade features like a Dreamcolor display and enhanced security, which, while nice, might be overkill for music production alone. Next, we are going to take a look at the best options in the $3,500 plus range. First, we have the Apple MacBook Pro M4 Max. The sheer processing power from this new M4 Max chip is absolutely mind-blowing for music production, letting me load up massive projects in Ableton with dozens of plugins without even breaking a sweat. The integration with macOS gives you incredibly low audio latency right out of the box, and the battery life is unmatched, but you are stuck with only Thunderbolt ports, so get ready to live the dongle life for your audio interfaces and MIDI controllers. Honestly, while the performance is top tier, the price is steep and you cannot upgrade the memory or storage later on, which is a huge consideration when the MSI laptops we will look at offer more flexibility for less cash. Next, we have the MSI CreatorPro M16 HXC14V. This machine is a Windows powerhouse, giving you a top-of-the-line Intel Core i9 processor, and most importantly, the ability to upgrade your own memory and storage, which is a game changer for my massive sound libraries compared to the lockdown MacBook. I love that it has a fantastic array of ports, including old school USB-A, so I can plug all my gear in directly, but when you push the processor hard, those cooling fans really ramp up and can get pretty loud, which is not ideal if your microphone is in the same room. While the raw performance is definitely here, I did have to spend some time tweaking system settings to get my audio latency just right to avoid glitches, and you will absolutely be living near a power outlet as the battery life just does not compare to the Mac's efficiency. Finally, we have the MSI Titan 18HX. This thing is less of a laptop and more of a portable desktop workstation. The cooling system is so massive it can run its Intel Core i9 processor at full tilt for hours, which means rendering massive audio stems is faster here than on any other machine I have used. The trade-off for that power is its sheer size and weight, making it a nightmare to actually carry around to a gig or a collaboration session, feeling significantly bulkier than even the CreatorPro. Honestly, with its top-end graphics card and immense price tag, this feels like overkill, unless your music production also involves heavy video editing or 3D work. The CreatorPro or MacBook Pro offer a much more balanced and portable package for the dedicated music producer. Thanks for watching! I hope this video was helpful to you. If you found this video to be helpful, leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this in the future.